Hello everyone. We'll see in this video, as I told you in the last video, gold leaf electroscope. Now, what is gold leaf electroscope? It is an instrument which is used to detect charges. What is the function of this instrument? To detect presence of charge. Presence of charge. Now you see, suppose through this metal knob and this is a metal rod, I spray some positive charges here. If I spray positive charge at this point of junction, this positive charge will spray along these two gold leaves. Now you can ask me, sir, what is gold leaf? Gold leaf, these are nothing but the gold foils. There is no tree of gold actually. I hope you understood. So these are the gold foils. So as soon as they spray positive charge here, what will happen? This positive charge will get distributed here. So initially this gold leaf was attached, but as soon as this positive charge reached here, this positive charge get distributed along both the branches. So as soon as it got distributed, this positive charge and positive charge will repel each other, and this will get little bit diverged. So as soon as it get diverged, it tells us that there is a presence of charge here. When they were touching each other, that means charges were not present. So why they get diverged? Because like charges were there. If you spray positive charge, then positive will be there. If you spray negative charge, negative will be there, and positive or negative, they will obviously repel each other. So what is gold leaf electroscope? It is an instrument which is used to detect presence of charge. Now it has one disadvantage. It does not tells about the nature of charge. Now what kind of charge is present here? It will never you will be able to predict whether positive charge is present or negative charge is present. But how much charge is present, that can be approximated. How? If the degree of divergence is less, magnitude of the charge will be less. If the degree of divergence is more, magnitude of the charge present is more. So degree of divergence indicates the magnitude of charge present. So this is all about gold leaf electroscope. I hope you understood, and try to copy it down in your notebook. Next is conductor. Why conductor conduct electricity and insulator does not? Obviously conductor has free electron, and that insulator does not have that mobile or free electron. That is why it does not conduct electricity. Now earthing. So all of you might have seen earthing at your home. On the roof of the home, you might have seen one metallic rod is kept like this. Why? Because during lightning, when this lightning will hit this building, it may destroy this building and the electronic gadgets present over there in the house. So if you put one earthing here, what will happen? This metal rod will attract all these charges, and through this metal rod, one wire is connected to the earth. Since earth is a negative potential, this all charges will get embedded in the earth. So building and all these electronic devices will remain safe during lightning in the other such circumstances. So I hope you understood what is earthing and earthing or grounding. This is called earthing, or sometimes it is also called grounding. Next topic is important one: electrostatic induction. So what is electrostatic induction? Now suppose a conductor I take. So inside a conductor, how many type of charges are there? Both positive charge and negative charge are there. Now if a charged conductor is brought near to it, suppose this is a positively charged conductor brought near to it. So what this positive charge conductor will do? It will try to attract all these negative charges, I mean electron or negative charges toward it, because positive and negative will attract each other. So this negative will come here, and whatever positive charges are present here, all will be repelled. So it will all reside here, positive charges. So these charges are called induced charge. induced charge. These charges are called free charges, and this is called inducing charge. So what is electrostatic induction? It is defined as the it is a phenomena in which a particular type of charge is created. We cannot say created, formed by bringing a positive charge near to it. So it is a process of producing one kind of charge to one end of the conductor by bringing an opposite charge conductor near to it. It is called electrostatic induction. Now, what are the characteristics of electrostatic induction? You will see that induced charge is always opposite to the inducing charge. If you bring here positive, it will be negative here. If you bring negatively charged, it will be positive here. So in number one, induced charge is always opposite to inducing charge. Second characteristic, the magnitude of induced charge is always less than or equal to the inducing charge. It cannot be greater than the inducing charge. So the magnitude of, because charge, if it is more here, that means charge will be created, and obviously charge cannot be created and cannot be destroyed. Magnitude of induced charge is less than or equal to inducing charge. This is the second characteristic. And third characteristic is that just after the electrostatic induction, what will happen? This positive and negative is there, they will attract each other. After electrostatic induction, which phenomena will occur? Attraction. There will be attraction. So just after the electrostatic induction, what will happen? Which phenomena will occur? Attraction will occur. So this is all about in electrostatic induction. We'll see basic properties of charges and Coulomb's law in the next video. Till that, thank you very much.